Hey, I got morning here. It is what it is. I'm getting ready to go out and do my long walk. I haven't made a video in a while, and it's just been an emotional roller coaster the last couple of weeks. We got to the point where our two dogs, Max and Coco, were fighting a lot, and Coco was injured twice, and we thought, we had to get rid of one of the dogs. Max is a 7-month-old German Shepherd puppy, and Coco is a 2-year-old Dachshund Jack Russell. Just a little bit of Jack Russell, just enough to make her feisty. So, we're thinking, what do we do? Do we find a rescue? Do we find a home without using rescue? And I went through Craigslist, which was disastrous. Okay, never do that. Never use Craigslist, even if you find somebody that you think is good. For mine, the person was a registered sex offender, which does not preclude them from being a great dog mom, but they lied to me. Just lied to me like crazy. Fortunately, I'm really good at investigating people and finding out who they really are. So, I tried a rescue for Coco. At first I was thinking maybe we need to get rid of Max, maybe we need to get rid of Coco. I don't know which one. I love them both. And I was feeling terrible about even considering it. But Coco's bark was bothering Charlie a lot. So the upshot of this is we're keeping both dogs. But I tried a rescue. Not all rescues are good rescues. This rescue, air quotes with one hand, this rescue put her in with a foster mom, and the foster mom left her tied out in the yard in the rain. Sent me an email about it. Oh, Coco really likes being out in the yard. She sat out in the yard all day, even in the rain. It poured. It poured for an entire day. She does not like being out in the rain. She was waiting for us to get her. However, when I had my husband, I said to my husband, do you love me? Of course I know he loves me. Yes, I love you. I said, okay, depending upon how much you love me, I need you to call this rescue and tell them we want our dog back and make it happen. And he did. He did, because I knew I would cry, and they would tell me everything will be fine, and I would back off, and they would give my dog away. So upshot is yesterday we drove down, and we got her back from the same place that we had met with them, and she is now back. We've started putting her back into her service dog training that we had stopped when we got the puppy. I had been training her to be a service dog, and I'd stopped. She's a real well-trained dog. But, we couldn't socialize two dogs, and I focused more on the puppy. Cute, cute puppy, I just did. I'll take all the blame. So I put her training aside, and I think that's part of the problem. We stopped with her training. We stopped with a lot of the attention. She started building up aggression toward the other dog, started taking its toys and stuff like that. And then the next thing you know, she's picking fights with the big dog, and now the big dog's gotten to the point where it's so big that it can fight back, or maybe even just participating in the fight is enough to cause a bite or two. So here's what we've done. We are keeping both dogs. Forever and ever and ever. We just are. I found out that pet supplies are a lot more expensive than baby supplies. So what I did was, instead of going out and buying 3 pet gates, which were $71 to $79 each for the extra tall because she can jump real high, we got baby gates. Pass-through baby gates. Walmart, $41 for the exact same gate that was in the 70s at PetSmart. We do have a little bark collar now for Coco, so we will only put it on her right before the mailman comes, and it does give a mild correction. We're not leaving it on her for, I know, I hate it. I hate using an electronic collar. But we got to get that barking under control. The only time we're using is when the mailman comes. We know the mailman's going to be here right around 11 o'clock. She'll get the correction during that time, and hopefully she will back off on the barking. We took her out 3 times for socialization episodes yesterday, once to Walmart, once to empty dog park. There were no dogs there. And once to Eaton Park. You know, she's able to go into these places, and she is able to do exactly what she needs to do as a service dog. I had not. Don't blame anybody. This is what I tell myself. Don't blame others. Think about who it was. It was me. I didn't want to take her out and do it because I was afraid people were going to look at her and say, you know, that's not a real service dog. And you're breaking the law because she's not a guide dog. But you know what? She does what she's supposed to do. No, she's not detecting seizures. But she absolutely does what she's supposed to do. So we took her into those places and she was fine. As far as the other dog, I'm watching videos, more training videos online that are specifically targeted toward positive reinforcement training, which is what I've always tried to do, but it's a little bit harder with a German Shepherd. This is an entirely new breed for me. Can you hear the stress in my voice? It is stressful. I've put on 4 pounds this week. That I'm not going to worry about. I'm going back to my protein drinks. I'm going back to my reasonable eating. I'm going to put my list of good foods back up on the refrigerator that I should go to before going to some kind of crazy things that are not good for me. And I'm going to remind myself what foods work. And when I say that, I mean what foods work to keep my energy level high, to make it so that I'm able to eat the amount of protein that I need to eat, and at the same time, because of the diverticulitis that I have, it's going to keep my gut balanced because I do need some carbs. But a little bit of carbs is hard. You know, I need to have some carbs to be able to move food through without taking Miralax, because that stuff just is causing me a huge amount of problems digestively. So the balance here is having the carbs that I need to move the food without getting into the carb zone where it starts leading me via cravings into cookies, cakes, pasta, you know, stuff like that. And it tends to be muffins and chocolate bars. That's what I need. So I need to keep it at a level that's manageable. So how do you do that? Well, for me, it seems like last night we did go out to eat. I went out because I took the dog to Eaton Park with my son who has autism, which is part of what I'm training for. The other part is PTSD, which is my problem. That's why I've been training her. I won't get into all that right now. So I had some chicken and I had peas and carrots, snow peas and carrots, and that's a really good way to have some carbohydrates and some fiber. And it doesn't filter into, oh, now I have to have a piece of pie, or later I have to have this or that. So anyway, that's what I'm working on. We had a low money week, and I'm almost out of protein powder. I'm literally scraping the bottom of my egg protein powder container trying to get out the protein, but today I'm going to go and get some more because, you know, I need to have a full jar of protein powder to be able to continue on and have things work. You know, it's just been a hard couple of weeks, but I'm glad to have both of my dogs here. I have the 3 gates up. It seems to be working really well. I read all of the instructions about how to mount them and how to permanently mount them using these little cups that screw into the wall. I was a little bit concerned that my husband was going to be upset that I had, you know, gone ahead and defaced the walls by doing this, but in my heart I knew he wouldn't care. I mean, he went and got my dog for me. What kind of a guy is that? Oh, see, I just get this thing. It's been that stressful. So, I'm going to continue on. We're going to Kennywood in Pittsburgh today, which is an amusement park. We have seasons passes so that we can take the kids whenever we want. And we're going to have a family fun day today. And I'm going to try to keep my eating right on target. I already know at Kennywood what I can eat and what I absolutely pass on. I've been having mold problems again in my water bottle. because I went back to using Crystal Light, and which causes mold in my water bottle. So I'm hoping that I can get that resolved without having to buy a new water bottle again, and eradicate that mold, and just get back to drinking my good. I need to have, like, it's a 24-ounce, 32-ounce bottle of water. I don't know, Contigo bottle, you know. So I need to be drinking 6 to 7 of those a day to be balanced and not to be dizzy. I had 3 yesterday. Actually, I had 3 the day before when I found the mold. I have a tall glass of water. I had 2 of those yesterday and I didn't even finish it. So I had maybe 30 ounces of water yesterday. So, you know, and it's been 88 degrees here. So I'm not getting nearly enough water. And yeah, I'm still drinking the coffee, and I know it tends to dehydrate you. Going back to the water big time and trying to really resolve these problems that I have. So anyway, got to get better, eh? You know, I haven't broken a leg. I'm not going through a divorce. I haven't gained 10 pounds. It's all manageable. I just need to remember to be calm, to get my exercise in first, to drink my water, and to keep the baby gates up. Thanks.